Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Titans TV, live from London, UK, all the way to the US of A and worldwide. I'm your host, Kalam L, and this is Titans TV. And in the studio today, we've got one of the founders from Black History Studies, our sister, our beloved saint herself, Sister Charmaine Simpson.
Greetings, thank you.
You know what? It's a pleasure to finally have you with us. I've heard so much great stuff about you, and I'm not just saying this. I've got various friends that have gone through your Black History study courses. I've got another friend that's been with you since he was a child and grown up with it. So I want to know, how long have you been doing Black History studies?
I've been doing Black History Studies for about 8 years as a company, but I've had Black History knowledge and interest since about teenager. Through being interested in Rastafari culture and learning about my history through the music, and then I said, you know what, I have to do a course. I did a course, I loved it so much, I said I have to take this on to a global level, and that's basically the beginnings of Black History Studies. Just being inspired by the history of various different places, being inspired by lots of the big greats out there, people like Dr. Amos Wilson, Nana Karenga, Nathan Hare. There's so much list I can go through of brilliant historians. Even Amma Baini over here, just met her up in BFI. All these different historians that have impacted on my life, and I said, you know, we have to get this information out there, because when you go and talk to people and you say, oh, I know about this issue, do you know about this? And they look at you a blank stare, and I thought, you know what, the demand is there, just that people don't have the medium to go and learn about their history. So we set up Black History Studies, and we haven't looked back. So we do Black History Study courses, we do Black History Studies talks, presentations, go corporates into the community. We have our community cinema program where we go into the community and do film screenings on Black History, Black Studies. We do international tours to Egypt. We've done one to Spain. We're also expanding to do other areas as well, because we know we're global African people, so we have African presence everywhere. So we're trying to highlight that through our sister company, Black History Study Tours. We go into schools if we can. We do publish our own books, so we self-publish books. We have our own resources that we produce as well, and we basically support events. We do museum tours as well. We do museum tours to the British Museum, International Slavery Museum, any museum where they've got African history, we've gone to, and trying to highlight people and get people to go and use these resources. Because, for example, the British Museum, you would think that there's no black people in London when you go in there, because when you go in there, we're the only black group in there. So we're trying to popularise that these museums have a lot of our historical artifacts in there. We must go there and see these artifacts. And also, when we take groups on the tour, we actually give them the truth tour. There's a lot of misinformation in that British Museum. So, for example, they like to separate Egypt and Africa. And we know Egypt is in Africa.
They usually give the African section a dingy section right at the basement, while the Egyptian section is just upstairs, and it's completely far removed from Africa. I don't know how they was able to pull that off.
Yeah, because Africa is downstairs and Egypt is upstairs, and you're thinking, what's all that about? So what we're trying to do is create the misinformation and get people to be inspired by a lot of this information, because a lot of us would love to go to the Egypts and go to the Louvre Museum, but a lot of us ain't got the economics, but we've got the resources over here. So we try to popularize that.
That's right. We have loads of resources over here. We've got loads of museums. We've got the Horniman Museum, Petrie Museum, British Museum, Cambridge Museum. There's so many different museums that's filled with African history, filled with Egyptian artifacts as well, and monuments. We've even got all around London. You can see there's obelisks everywhere. There's loads of African symbology all around. So you know what? Because you know what? Most of our audience are coming from America, and you know everybody wants Black history. They want to know more about Black history studies. So you know, what advice would you give our listening audience if you've got the idea that you want to teach Black history studies, you want to inform your people? How do you just get up off your bottom and actually get started and put something in place?
So, for example, you can start small. You can start with your own family members. So, for example, anybody that comes around to our house and there's a family event, there's some Black history elements going to be talked about, or something what's happened to the news that's related to black people, we're going to have that discussion about. So for example, you might have a DVD, so you purchase a DVD and just show it with your friends and family and have that discussion. And then you might have film nights. So on a Friday, once a month, you say, right, we're going to watch this DVD, invite everybody around, have some popcorn, cook some food, everybody sit down and watch the documentary and have a reasoning session. And that's what we done. Start off small, or you can get your group first. And then once it gets bigger, you can see who else is interested in the community and go and speak to other people. You may hire a hall, do a presentation, do a film screening, or you could do a presentation on a subject, or you could even go to a museum with your friends and family. So for example, half term or summer holidays is coming up. You say, okay, right, we're going to go as a group, as a family group, everybody bring a packed lunch, we're going to go to a museum and look at the artifacts and then have a discussion on it. So practical. It doesn't have to be always sitting down in a house. You can go outside. You could do African history of sports. So you can do like a martial arts game or a rounders game, and that has some link to Black history. And you get your children to play a sports game and bring in the history, because they won't even realise that there's some links to Black history. Or you can do poetry, poems, food. You can do all different ways and bring it into Black history, because basically our history starts on the origin of humanity. So most people start at slavery. No. Our history goes way back for the origin of humanity. So we can start there and bring it right to this present day. And as we're sitting down here, we're making history. So we're constantly making history as we speak. So we don't have to limit it to certain periods of time. We could talk about ancient Egypt. We could talk about West Africa. We could talk about Black British history. We could talk about the European history, African presence in Europe, African presence in Spain. Global African, we are all over the place. We can bring it in there. We can even bring it to talk about hair, talk about barbering. We could talk about all different things as well.
That's right. So the most important thing is actually to have a discussion flowing, have a discussion going. So I want to know from our listening audience right now who's watching us, what are you doing for the community, and what advice can you give? In the comment section down below, what advice would you give to somebody else to allow them to start a discussion? Okay, how do you usually start a discussion? Do you usually put a DVD on and you watch it and they say, so what do you think about this particular element? Or what do you do? Please let us know in the description box down below, because I would love to hear. All right, so back to my sister, Charmaine Simpson. So it's you and your husband,
Mark
Simpson.
So me and Mark, we came together and we said, you know what, my husband and wife team, we said, you know what, we both love history. We'll have something will happen in the news, or something will happen, or we find out a piece of information and we sit down and reason and have a conversation about it, and we're like, you know what, and then we talk to our friends and family and they'll be interested, and we said, you know what, we're going to take this to a global level. And that's what we did. We put together Black history studies and we haven't turned back. It's just been beautiful. We've met so much beautiful people along the way, our former students, different people, colleagues, events that we've done. It's just beautiful. And that's the beautiful, and we are beautiful people. I don't believe the hype I tend to look at the solutions and the positive aspects of our history and our people. There's lots of positives out there, but people tend to just look on the negatives. We are beautiful people. We just don't believe that. And once we internalize that and believe that we are beautiful and we can do a lot of things, we can start doing it and having the confidence to do it. So through the years of doing Black history studies, I've met so much beautiful people. It's just amazing, and that's what keeps me going. The passion for the work, passion for my people, because it's just brilliant. And every time I go to an event, I go to do a course, or just talk to people on the street, and it's just beautiful, the movements that are happening, and seeing things. Our students that have come on our courses have gone on to create different things, their own events, their own companies, and it's just been beautiful. And just from that small interaction of coming to a course or coming to a film screen, and then people come back and say, oh, Charmaine, I'm so inspired by what you do. And I'm just like, wow. Go and do things, and it's just mad. And then we don't just do courses, we on the Facebooks and the Twitters as well, and people love the posts, and I've got like over 47,000 people following me on Twitter.
Crazy.
My American family follow me as well, so I have to give thanks to them as well. And everybody's like, oh, when you coming to America? Don't worry, I'm coming, don't worry.
We'll soon come. See that? You know what? Please come down, support, and join the movement, okay? If you hang around with beautiful people, you yourself will flourish in beauty. So you know what? I would like to know, what future projects do you have coming up?
Well, work ethos and my vision is world domination. I want to get our history and our story out there globally. I want it, yeah, that's how I think. I'm thinking, you know what, we have a brilliant story to share. And I'm not a person that waits on other people to tell our story. We got the capabilities, the skills, the willpower to do it now. So we can just stop, come up with excuses and do it. So we've got a few projects coming up. So we've got our Maya Angelou Film Festival coming up in September. That's one of our major events because she passed away last year. And a lot of people don't know about the aspect of how she was involved in film. They know about her poetry and her books, but they don't know how she contributed to film. So we're showing some of the films that she ever narrated, directed, contributed to, and show those films in September. That's going to be in North London and South London. We're going to be doing continuing our Black Market and Film Festival, which is an event that we do to support black businesses in the UK. So it's a group, we get over 50 businesses together under one roof to support them. We do financial empowerment courses and presentations, financial related film screenings or film screenings just talking about the black story. Just been amazing, all different things we're doing. Then we've got so-called Black History Month in October. We're doing a tour to Egypt in October. Loads of things going on. Events constantly every month. So our Black History Month lasts the whole year.
I love that. Black History 365. Continuously. You know, we're wrapping up right now, but you know what? I want to get your details. Where can we find you? For those of you who haven't been, blessed to see our sister in action before, how can they actually get in touch with you, learn more about what you're about?
Okay, yeah, you can go to our website, which is www.blackhistorystudies.com. We have, I'm on Twitter as well, so if you put in Black History Studies, you'll find loads of tweets from me because I'm constantly on there tweeting. I'm on Facebook as well. If you look for me under Charmaine Simpson or Black History Studies, we're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Some of the other platforms as well. Try to maintain, but it's a lot to maintain as well. But yeah, we're on YouTube. We have our own YouTube channel. So when we've done various videos, we've put them on there, and various events that we've done in the past, we're keeping a record of what we've done in the past. I think we need to start keeping our records. So just doing pictures, we can film videos, and all different things as well.